go over these dangerous vaccine bills that are in the works or trying to pass them in California, and I'm sure there are some certain types of these, whether it's the full gamut or just partial here and there across the country. And as everyone has seen, or at least I believe everyone has seen over the years, how California goes with things, other states tend to abide by or copy or want to emulate that. I know, for example, Minnesota, I believe 2021, said they're going to implement the standards for their vehicles when they have to get their tabs, that kind of stuff, so they need to pass emissions. Minnesota had started that in 2022. So from now on, California's emissions, how they have done it for years. So that's just one example, and I know it's running across the board. But I'm just going to go over these. There's 11 bills that are in the works, which I believe are a model for the country. Just a small model, because this just might be the start of something larger, is my feeling on it. So I guess the best way to stop this from getting going in your state, in your legislature, whatever, is to have awareness and have people awake and paying attention to make it so it doesn't happen, so it's not so. So I'll just read some of these, and that's about it, really. We got SB 866 would allow kids 12 to 17 to get the COVID-19 vaccine without parental consent. SB 871 adds the COVID-19 injection to the list for public and private schools, regardless of FDA approval. So no FDA approval needed, but they will implement that and make it mandatory to be in government schools, public schools. No personal belief exemptions, PBEs are allowed, and medical exemptions, MEs, are very, very rare. So that means it's pretty much you're going to have to take it or not go to public school or government school. And my stance on that is to get kids out of there right now. And you should have got them out of there, a while ago. Anyways, there's SB 920 authorizes the medical board to inspect a doctor's office and medical records without a parent's consent. There's SB 1018, so 1018, would require online platforms to be more transparent about how information is pushed out to consumers. SB 1184 authorizes school health personnel to disclose child's medical information to a third party without consent from parents. There's SB 1390 prohibits any person, entity from making statements government deems untrue, or misleading by any means, including on internet and ads. There is SB 1464 would force law enforcement officials, including independent sheriffs, to enforce public health orders or lose their funding. And we know how that works. Sheriff's offices are really, really in tune with, we have to abide by this and do this or we're going to lose funding. If we don't do this, we're going to lose funding. If we do this, we'll lose funding. So they're some of the biggest order followers there are. So I was at, there's SB 1479 requires schools to continue testing and to create testing plans. Okay? There's AB 1993, so 1993 would require all employees, including independent contractors, to show proof of COVID-19 vaccine to work in California. This isn't schools, that's just to work in California. It's not just to work in governments in California or to be a contractor for government in California. This is just to work in California, period. There's AB 1797 creates an immunization tracking system giving all government agencies access to vax records of all persons. No, all right. There is that. I've been talking about this for a couple of years now, and you hear it more and more. AB 2098, 2098 would reclassify the sharing of COVID-19 misinformation, that's in quotes, by doctors and surgeons as unprofessional conduct that would result in disciplinary action. So I know you've seen this. I hope you had seen this, where they've taken away, doctors' right to practice, taken away their medical license, that kind of stuff, not allowing them to, go on and thrive. Maybe they've been doing it for 40 years, whatever. And the nurses alike, the same kind of punishment happens. So I'm just saying this. This is a quick video just to make people aware. This stuff it's here. And it's not slowing down. And if you got someone in the corner or on the ropes, you don't let up. If you think someone's, going down in a boxing match or in a sports, situation, you don't give up. If you've got the edge and you feel like you have the edge, don't let up. Don't loosen up. Don't, just keep going. Keep the pressure on, because you want them to break. And this is what government's doing. This is my opinion. They may be lifting this or that here or there, the mandates, if you want to call it that, which doesn't pertain to anyone who doesn't work for government, but that's another story. They may be loosening that up to make people feel like there's a little bit of breathing room. Well, no, that's not it. We're not winning. All they're doing is they're doing this stuff behind the doors. They're doing this stuff behind the screen. They're doing this stuff in the dark, in the shadows. And they're not hiding it. It's just they're not coming out with it and promoting it. They're not putting it on, your mainstream news, that kind of stuff. And so if you don't search for it, you won't find it. And then by the time you find it, it's going to have passed, and it's going to go on to become a law. Or go on to become something that's going to be detrimental to your life or your children's life. So I'm just saying this because it's here. I just want to make people aware of this. And it just reminds me, I don't think I'm going to do a video about this, but I just want to make people aware too. I read, I believe it's Michigan, and I thought there was a couple other states that are falling in line, that they have stuff in their legislation that they're trying to pass that says they will be able to give abortions, they call them abortions still, quote unquote, 28 days after birth, up to 28 days after the child is born. So, for whatever reason, that if you want to say, whatever side you're on, side of the fence you're on, doesn't matter. Whether you're saying abortion's just, it's cells and lump of cells, clumps of cells, whatever, that's your stance. If you want to say it's a living creature, that's your stance. But once that thing, if you will call it a clump of cells, or that child is born, once it's a breathing, living human being, it no longer is considered an abortion. It no longer is abortion. In the sense of it's okay, it's not murder, if people believe that kind of stuff. It's no longer, there's no gray matter anymore. It is, right from that point on, it's murder. That's all it is. It's murder. And they are trying to get this stuff passed. It's in there. And this isn't a front page story by any means. I've seen this a month ago or so, and now I'm seeing it from another state. And I think another state wants to hop on and do something similar. It's insane and it's crazy because all this stuff's happening in the shadows. Well, you got some actor, comedian, whatever you want to call it, putting on a big show in front of a awards ceremony that people stopped watching, so they had to make it exciting, and they got to get people to watch, people to talk about things, let alone the fact that that whole awards ceremony was promoted, or I guess not financed by, but have some financial benefit from it, from Pfizer. And now Pfizer's coming out with something for, baldness, women baldness, for that same ailment that one of the actor comedians' wives have. And that's sad that someone has to go through that, but it's too many dots that need to be connected. And it's like A to B. It's not A to Z. How do you get there? It's nothing like that. You're clear. It's A to B. It's right there in your face. So I'm saying this, like I said, just to make awareness. And please look this stuff up and talk about this and try to be active, whether it's government active, which hopefully you know how I feel with government, or just active in your personal lives with your community, with your family, with your friends, that kind of stuff. Do what you got to do just to be self-sufficient and not worry about anyone giving you handouts. We're not worrying about where am I going to get this or that. I got to vote for this or vote for that to get certain things. But anyways, if you like this, thanks for watching, first of all. If you like this, hit the like, share, subscribe. And as always, stay vigilant, protect yourself, protect your family, protect your health, and protect your wealth.